Hello YouTubers. Today I want to talk to you about a quick issue that you may or may not experience with your web applications, especially if your web applications are not supporting SSL certificates. About almost a year ago, this was published in February 8th, 2018, Alphabet or Google announced that they will mark all HTTP sites as not secure, meaning that when you try to visit a website and the website doesn't have SSL certificates on it, they will throw an error or will show you a warning that you're not allowed to, that you're not supposed to go into that website. And then other web browsers followed the same pattern, like Firefox and Opera and all that kind of all these web browsers. If you're building a website or your web application lives on Azure, it's really easy for you to fix this problem. It's a little pricey because buying these SSL certificates might cost you around $70. I'm pretty sure there might be other ways to get certificates in a lot cheaper ways, but here's the way how I'm doing it. And then you could do your research and find out, if there are cheaper ways out there to do that. So I have a website, that is a commercial website for a web application that I have real clients using in real life. And the commercial website, if you go to the website, you'll notice Chrome will do this really sucky thing where they just, gonna say this website is not secure, and it would be very naive to expect your users, especially if they're not tech savvies, to go and click advanced and feel comfortable saying proceed to irecruiter.com. See how they're hiding the whole thing, so they're expecting their end users to know how to, to actually digest something like this and actually feel, oh God, it's even worse. Look at that. So digest something like this and even feel more compelled to continue to read what's going on and click buttons and actually proceed anyway. That's not going to work. So what you want to do, you want to add an SSL certificate to your web applications, especially if you're hosting them in Azure, and I'm going to show you how to do this right now. So let's head to Azure and let's go to my resources group where we get to fix this problem. So this is my Azure portal. I'm going to iRecruiter app resources, not this one. There it is. So this is iRecruiter app resources, and I have here the demo instance and I have the actual website. So if I click on this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and click browse in here, and it's gonna try to open up the web page from that instance, right? So how do we fix this problem? First of all, we need to buy a certificate, right? So in that same resource, iRecruiter resource group, we're gonna go ahead in here and buy a certificate. So if you just type cert or certificate, we'll see. That's too long. Okay, certificate. There it is. You have app service certificate, and if you create that guy, I'll give you a bunch of options. So let's say iRecruiter website cert, right? And what's your naked domain? Let's see what the problem with that one is. Oh, it's too long. Okay, let's call it iRecruiter site certificate. How about now? Still, let's just call it iRecruiter certificate then. Now it's happy. Naked domain. Your domain still has its pants on. You don't want to do the www part, so you could just do irecruiter.com. And then this is pay as you go, and you're gonna put this in the same resources group as your existing. So I'm hosting it on a special subscription, my startup PureSoft. So I'm just gonna put it in here. It won't let me for some reason. Sec. All right. Now we should be able to see our resources. Oh, it's not even in this one. Probably in this one. There it is. And then what kind of certificate do you want? So they have a couple of them. What's the difference between a wildcard certificate and a standard certificate? The wildcard certificate, it doesn't really care. Like, you could have demo.irecruiter.com or anything before irecruiter.com and it'll be happy with it. This one is specifically targeting www.irecruiter.com or irecruiter.com, but not any subdomain. So that's the difference between these two in here. So we're going to go with this one because I just want to secure www.irecruiter.com. I'm just going to select that one, and then you're going to want to accept the legal terms and whatnot. And then we're going to go ahead and create this iRecruiter cert. Just going to take a second. There we go. Now let's go back to our resources. And let's see. Again, not this one, it's going to be this one. So what do you expect here is that you see a certificate has been created in here. Alright, now that's the first one, first part. The second part of this is that as soon as you click on that, you're going to still need to go and configure your certificate. So the first part is to create store. So you want to configure, you want to create a key vault, a place where to store your certificate, right? So let's call it iRecruiter key vault, and the resources group is going to be the same one as this one, and I'm living in the East US, so I'm going to go East US. Pricing tier standard, principal is a person that can control that would be me. And then let's create a key vault. This is a place where you actually get to, you know, save, to load your certificates, you know. It's like a storage, right? So let that one cook in. Just taking a second there, and then there'll be, you know, the couple of extra steps in here. It's got to be pretty straightforward, but you have to have a little bit of control over your domain name. If you don't have control over your domain name, then you're gonna need to reach to the person that has control over the domain and actually verify that that you're actually you actually own that domain. You know, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so this one is good. I expect this one to go green in a second. There it is. I don't know why it doesn't load right away. I really hate that part. But if you go back and go back to the screen, there is no refresh button in here, so I really hate that part. But other than that, so this is the first step. You already stored your certificate somewhere in Azure, and don't worry about that warning. It really doesn't mean anything. So the domain verification part. So now you want to go to where you own your domain, which is in this case irecruiter.com, and create a text record, txt record, and add this value in it. So I'm gonna go, this is where I'm hosting my stuff. This is where I buy my domains. You could also buy your domains from azure.com. You don't have to actually buy from GoDaddy and then go back and use it in Azure. So I'm just gonna go here and find irecruiter.com in my domains. I have a whole ton. Okay, there it is. I'm just gonna go manage that one. Manage DNS, and I'm just gonna add a txt record in here. Add, and then you just paste. I just paste that value that they gave you right in here. Oh my god, it just goes back by itself. See, what it basically says, copy that domain verification. How do we know you actually own the domain that you're trying to certify? And you want to copy that and put it in a text value, text record, right? Text record directly to your daemon to allow certificate authority to verify your ownership to the domain. So you copy that guy, and it just goes straight in here, and then you click save. Right now, this guy will know that you have, if I click refresh, oh, thank God they have a refresh button in here. It still pushes you back to it's pretty beta, you know, but if you give it a second there, this guy will propagate, and then you'll be able to verify your domain. Man. Let's just make sure we have the right values. TXT 1 hour. So good. And then it says domain verification pending. Verify operations might take 5 to 10 minutes. I don't really cut video time, so we'll see how long that will take. Well, while we're at it, what does it look like when you actually add a certificate? It'll look like something like this. You see that little lock up there? It basically tells your users it's okay. This is a good website. If you're passing in credit card information or passing in personal information, it's all encrypted, so hackers cannot meddle between you and the server that you're communicating with and try to steal that data. There's something worth noticing though. There are a lot of websites out there that are static websites, you know, like irecruiter.com is a static website. It doesn't really require users to enter anything. So it wouldn't make a lot of sense, you know, to have a certificate for that. But hey, these certificates are expensive. I guess it's a whole different business revenue for whoever makes those certificates. So anyways, we want our website to work. We don't expect our end users to be able to understand or be able to figure out their way around visiting a website. So if your website visiting is dropping, you know, dramatically, you probably now know the reason why. You know, you as a developer or a technical person, you may be, you know, savvy enough to say, yeah, I could just, you know, add this website as a whitelisted website, and every time I come to my website, I'll just be able to enter the website and view the website without having to see that warning. Even if you do that, it's still gonna annoy you though. It's gonna put a warning at the top that says not secure, right? I wonder if I could show you that right now. So if I go to irecruiter.com, give that a second. If you go to irecruiter.com, and even if you proceed, it's still gonna nag you. You see that thing up top in here? It's still gonna tell you, oh, you're having problem with your website. Anyways, I want to go back to the way we were. I'm gonna re-enable warnings. So now next time I go to irecruiter.com, oops, it'll still throw that error because I re-enabled that error. I want to demo to you to show you that the next time when we fix this problem, it's actually going to let you proceed, right? So while this is loading, let's go back to this guy and see, hopefully it picked up. It's taken way long time. Too long. Right, just verifying that we have all the right data in here. For what it's worth, I noticed there are other, you know, methods to verify domain ownership. If you have an existing app service apps, and you know, you can buy domains straight in the from Azure.com, from AzurePortal.com, so you don't have to actually go to GoDaddy and do that. But people have preferences. You could buy domains from anywhere you want, as long as they're a trusted location. But other than that, it would be nice to have everything in one place, though. Looks like it's doing something. So while it's loading, so now that I enabled the errors, now you can see it's still saying this website is not secure. And don't expect your users to continue at this point. You know, they'll just turn away. So just waiting here for the verification part. I don't think I have to click save here or anything. So it should be already there. TXT, U4, alright. Once we're done with this verified part, I'm going to show you the other part, which is this is where you actually import that certificate as a private key into iRecruiter.com. It's going to be pretty straightforward. Once we get there it is, domain verification. Man, that took a long time. So now I assume this will go green as well. I like colors, so this should be green. I think I might have broke Azure just clicking too much like that. Let's just refresh the whole thing. That'd probably be better. Alright, so let's look at the status. So now this guy is great. And now all you have to do is do the assignment. Because we have iRecruiter on an app service, all we have to do is go back to our resources and pick up iRecruiter resources. And then so you now have all that good stuff in here. Now we just want to go to iRecruiter website, look for SSL settings, private certificates. I might need to upgrade my plan here to be able to do that. What plan I'm in, shared. I could go to do you see that option? So this option down here is your kicker. That's what you need to be able to secure your website, right? So let's go there and let's do that. So let's upgrade our website so we're able to add the certificate. It'll take a second. This part, you don't need to do that part if your website is already has that option, right? So you don't really need to do that part at all. You just have to make sure that you have the custom domain SSL certificate as an option available. Other than that, you know, there's no need to do anything with it. So now that we have that, now let me refresh that. That option should be available. Here, the SSL settings part. So if you add an SSL binding, you can add for both iRecruiter and iRecruiter.com. We want to go first to the private keys and import app service certificate. Here's iRecruiter cert. Pretty straightforward. There you go. Now there's one last part. You want to go to custom domains in your website and you want to add that binding. So the binding part, it'll know this is iRecruiter. You want to use SNI SSL, add binding. And you want to do the same thing for iRecruiter.com. Alright, and let's refresh that guy. I assume, okay, so now both of them are set. Now here comes the good part. You know, if you go to iRecruiter.com again, this should all work and you should see that little lock at the top left corner. And now these web browsers are not going to try to block you, or block your users rather, from accessing the website, right? Just give it a second there. Come on. So you see what happened now? Now you have this lock up top, and now your users don't have to go through that error. that one error. Now to the entire world, your website is secure, everything is encrypted. Certificates, using certificates on Azure will cost you around $70, but I'm pretty sure there are ways to get free certificates, free SSL certificates, like this. You could just create one, and what you're gonna want to do when you add a certificate, you could just upload a certificate. So in the SSL settings, you could go in here and you could say upload certificate. I'll just upload that certificate up to your website, and then you could go ahead and just verify your website. So that's one way to do it. The other way is the expensive way to do it is to do it the way I just showed you. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, please drop a comment. Like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for being patient, and thank you for watching.